Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash at the garage, where badge hype gets tossed in the glove box, spec sheet worship gets left at the showroom door, and what we're left with is the kind of raw, real-world driving truth that only comes from time behind the wheel. If you're new here, this is where the chrome meets the gravel. No fluff, no filters, just honest impressions from the seat that matters most to the drivers. Exterior today, we're putting the 2026 Toyota Tacoma under the microscope. Yeah, the legendary mid-size truck that's had over 2 decades of off-road cred, desert racing roots, and construction site loyalty. But the 2026 Tacoma? This isn't just a refresh, it's a full-blown evolution, built on Toyota's TNGAF platform that it shares with the Tundra, Sequoia, and Land Cruiser. And that means, for the first time in years, Toyota's midsize warrior is rolling into battle with an entirely new suit of armor. Let's talk curbside presence. From the front, the 2026 Tacoma makes an immediate statement. The grille has gone full Predator, a massive, squared off, and flanked by LED headlights that look more like scowling eyes than illumination tools. It's aggressive, but not cartoonishly so. It balances toughness with purpose. And those signature vertical LED running lights, they're the kind of detail that screams factory built but custom inspired. The side profile keeps things functional, yet athletic. Fender flares, prominent. Body lines, sharper and more confident than before. Depending on your trim, from the SR5 to the new Trailhunter and TRD Pro, you will spot everything from rock rails to blacked out badging, bronze wheels, and even integrated air curtains in the wheel arches. It looks leaner than before, not because it's smaller, but because Toyota has sharpened its silhouette, almost like they shaved off the soft edges in favor of something that looks ready to leap into action. Around back, you get a no-nonsense tailgate with embossed Tacoma lettering, and in the Trailhunter and TRD Pro, a steel rear bumper built to take a hit. The LED taillights are slimmer, more modern, and fit flush against the new bad lines. Oh, and yes, the multi-function tailgate party trick is here too. But Toyota's kept it smart, no gimmicks, just a damp drop, optional 120 volts outlet, and cleats that are ready for serious gear. Interior inside, though, and this is where things really shift. The 2026 Tacoma throws out the old plastic heavy interior and replaces it with something that finally feels like it belongs in a modern truck. You're greeted by a bold horizontal dash layout, a huge 14-inch touchscreen on higher trims, and an available 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster that finally kicks out the analog leftovers from a bygone era. The interface, slick, snappy, and finally up to speed with what Ford and GM have been offering for years. And ergonomically, this is a truck that's learned from its roots. The seating position is improved, finally addressing that long-standing complaint about being too low to the floor. You sit upright, with better bolstering, and in trims like the TRD Pro, the seats are isodynamic performance buckets. Translation: active dampers in the seat back designed to reduce body movement during rough off-road conditions. Yeah, Toyota just put suspension inside the seat. Welcome to 2026. Material quality has also been cranked up across the board. Even in the lower trims, hard plastics feel less hollow, and the touch points have more weight. The Trailhunter comes decked out in earthy bronze accents with rubberized switches, while the limited trim gives you quilted leather, real aluminum, and heated everything. Rear passengers finally get air vents and USB-C ports. Progress, people. Alright, let's talk power. The Tacoma drops the old V6, completely gone. Instead, every 2026 model is turbocharged. At the base level, you get a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder pushing out 228 horsepower and 243 pounds-feet of torque. Step up to higher trims and you get a higher output version, a 278 horsepower and 317 pounds-feet with the 8-speed automatic performance. But if you're here for to work like real low-end grunt at the crown jewel is the iForce Max Hybrid. It pairs that same 2.4-liter turbo engine with a 48-horsepower electric motor and a 1.87 kilowatt-hour battery to deliver 326 horsepower and a mountain-moving 465 pounds-to-feet of torque. That's more torque than a current Gen 4 F-150 EcoBoost. By the way, let that sink in. In real-world driving, this truck feels significantly more refined. Acceleration is sharp, especially with the hybrid. No laggy throttle, and it doesn't sound like a vacuum cleaner when you stomp on it. The ride is composed, thanks to the new coil spring rear suspension that replaces the old leaf springs on most trims. It soaks up bumps without giving you that classic bounce house body wobble you'd expect in mid-sized trucks. And if you go off-road, and you should add the Trail Hunter and TRD Pro come with serious chops. We're talking old man emu dampers, 33-inch all-terrain tires, locking rear diffs, skid plates, and a multi-terrain monitor system that shows you everything happening underneath the truck in real time. Towing capacity tops out at 6,500 pounds, and payload goes up to 1,710 which may not beat the Gladiator, but it's enough for jet skis, a small camper, or a fully loaded weekend at the trailhead. Let's talk money. Pricing starts at just under $32,000 for the Senior, not bad for a truck with turbo power, wireless Apple CarPlay, and Toyota's Safety Sense standard. The volume trims Think SR5 and TRD Sport are going to land in the $36,000 to $42,000 range. If you want the hybrid powertrain, that starts in the $40,000 and climbs up quick depending on trim and options. The Trail Hunter and TRD Pro expect to see MSRPs in the high $50,000s, maybe even creeping into the low $60,000s fully loaded. But here's the thing, this truck doesn't just justify its price with capability, it justifies it with personality. It feels like Toyota finally remembered to buy Tacoma's adventurers, builders, overlanders, daily drivers with a taste for the unbeaten path. This isn't just a truck made to tick boxes on a spreadsheet, it's made to climb the hill, take the hit, and ask for more. So where does that leave us? The 2026 Tacoma doesn't try to reinvent the truck, it refines it, polishes it, modernizes it without losing the grit that made it legendary in the first place. You're getting innovation without gimmicks, muscle without noise, and tech without the feeling you're flying a spaceship. It's still a Tacoma, but one that's finally caught up to 2026. If you're looking for a truck that can commute on Monday, haul on Friday, and disappear into the wilderness by Saturday, this one belongs on your radar. It's not perfect, the pricing climbs fast, the rear seat still isn't full-size truck roomy, and the hybrid's only available on higher trims. But overall, Toyota didn't just meet expectations, it surpassed them. That's it for today's review, folks. If you dig raw, real-world car talk, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This is Car Flash, where we keep the drive alive, and the hype in the rear view. Catch you next time.